I mean, you make caps so you can get into stuff, right? Why obstruct it? Engineers. What's up, motherfoxers? It's time for fan controllers, yeah. So, mystery solved, well, soon to be, on the whole power steering pump cooler, because the only way you find stuff in this garage when you lose it is to buy another one. So we'll be finding the other one soon. I'm going to take this out and paint it because that's Chinese paint. I don't trust it. So we'll get that going. Here's the stuff for it. Alright, so for this thing over here, you've seen already. I got this Davies and Craig dual relay fan switch. Now, they recommend for contour fans 270 amp relays. I think these are like the highest outputting fans in the business, I think. I don't know, could be wrong about that. I just wanted a controller that I could put any kind of relays up to. And there's only one that does that, and it's a decoded digital. It's 150 bucks, and it is cool. You can control it with your phone. But I wasn't paying that much. Instead, I paid half that for this, and it's got two 40 amp, and this is the biggest amp relays I could find like this. One of these guys here. Nobody else had them. Raleigh or Rail or whatever you call those guys don't have them. The only thing I don't like about it is this probe. This stupid probe. I hate these things. I wish I just get the one that screws in. You know, these things that goes into the fins of your radiator here. I just don't like them. They're stupid. And you can buy, this is their proprietary plug. Yeah, you can buy this for 40 bucks to screw in, but I'm not doing that. But this has got a digital readout. You can see that it's potted down there. You know, it's waterproof. So, and pretty simple, you know, hooking this up. It's not a big deal. I mean, there you go. There's your wiring diagram. Fan grounds go to the chassis. It's going to go to the engine mount, or I'm sorry, the bolt for the ground for the battery. Let's put on the same one. Then you got your positive with a fuse on both of them going to these wires. You got ignition wire, another ground. There's your sensor. This is a AC clutch we won't be using right now. But yeah, there's what you can get, the 1/2 inch or the quarter or the 1/8 1/4 or whatever. But yeah, we'll stick this on here. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I got to figure it out. I don't know if I'll put it on here or not. But, and then we'll use this wire. GLX wire, this is good stuff. And you don't understand until you grab it. Just how good it is. So, but yeah, let me figure out where I'm going to stick this sucker. I don't know. So, things I hate about this controller. Is there a reason why those fuses got to be right next to that damn thing? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like down like to the bottom of these or something. You know, it's just kind of stupid. They did put fuses in there too. There's like 30 amp fuses in there. But I was wrong, guys. That's the top. You know, and then it's like, why can't the wires come out one side? What is this? What are we doing? I mean, come on. But then I thought I could put it upside down. That way when I look down with my head, I can see these right side up. There's a button here for a selector, by the way. And all I can tell you is now I got wires and fuses hanging on up there. If I do that, that's not cool. Like that. It's not fun. I can't stick it like this because there's no place to friggin' drill. I mean, I'm hitting the side of the fan here, and this is like off on this crack here. I could probably do it like crooked, you know, and keeping the wires away from the top. That looks stupid. No, I might do something like that, and I'll look at it from the side or something. It's not like I'm gonna be messing with it. You mess with it a couple times, you get it right, and then you just leave it, you know. But yeah, then I'm contending with the wires and the ones that are on here as well, because I mean, you gotta loop this or cut this and loop it around yeah, to get to the, you know. So I'm standing here staring at this, thinking. I'm tired of thinking. So, oh, and we still gotta get the overflow on here. It was free. We got it from LMR. Actually, they sent one to us, and I was like, "Where's the L brackets?" So I messaged them back, "Where's the L brackets?" This was years ago, guys. And they're like, "Oh, there's no L brackets in there?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I said, "No." And the guy's like, "You know what? I'll just send you another one. Just keep the one you got." They just don't care. So that's up there in a box. But we'll make our own L brackets here. About to look at the other car and see how we got them on there. I think we did something like here and here. It's a little bit of a weird way we did it, but it worked and it's solid. So anywho, I'm gonna keep thinking, I guess. This is yeah, anyway, I don't want to move these. They look so nice the way they are. You know, it's like anyway. A little bit of Loctite. I don't want this thing coming loose. So you see that, huh? I got one problem here. It's kind of annoying, but check this out. Here's this positive wire going. See, this one coming this way, so it's easy. What I'm doing with this is I want to tie these right here. I don't have space here for the little fuses. And the problem I got with hooking this fan up is this. They're going the same way. This is so freaking annoying, dude. I still haven't figured out how I want to do this. I mean, you could wire nut this, but that's not right. What I just did here is the right way of doing it. And I don't know, man. I just have not figured out, because you put one of these on this going like that, you know what I'm saying? Now you got this freaking weird, because I want to put this in loom, you know? So I still haven't figured out what I want to do. And this one's got to go around in the loom, up and around, because this wire here is going to connect to that. So, and then I'm gonna have to power this thing up. Like I said, this isn't the battery for this car. It's too tall and too narrow, because you can't even anchor it. But this is the one these guys had in here. Still got a charge on it. But yeah, I gotta run this wire up into there, but I gotta power it up to find an ignition wire. I know there's one up in here somewhere for this whole thing, so Yeah, let me continue to think about this, because this is driving me nuts. Alright, there's the progress. After trying to figure out what loom to use, but I got a wire coming out here and a wire coming out here, and loom don't like it when wire comes out the side, so I went for Tessa tape because it don't care. And it's durable. And I got this tied off right there, and got this thrown around here and tied off with this. Now we're going to go ahead and get this back on the radiator, mounted. Then I'll get probably the old mounts for now, just to keep it up here. Well, it'll just really set in there. It'll just be leaning, but I'll go ahead and get this attached back to the radiator. Then I can start getting my nice GLX wire ran around over to the battery, and I can get this stuff run down. The thing that sucks about this, guys, is, I don't know if I mentioned it before, this stupid probe. You got all this wire, and it says stick it to the hot, what would be the hot inlet to the radiator from all the hot water, which is at the top, which is right here. So this is as far as I need to go with it. I got all this stupid wire. I mean, it's just so dumb. And I'm not cutting this apart because it's kind of hard to reattach those little tiny wires. I don't want to deal with it breaking or anything. So we'll just roll it up and try to hide it somewhere. It's just so stupid, but we'll get some Tessa tape for these. I don't know. I want to run these down this way. I'll run them around over there. Regardless, this has got to go to the AC, which eventually will be happening. I don't even know if I'm going to use this controller for when we get what's going in there on there. And then we got the ignition wire in the ground, which can just go anywhere. I mean, I don't know, you put it on a screw or something, but alright, so the probe is in. I hate that thing. I really, really hate that. It should be against the law to make probes like that to stick in your radiator. It took me way too long. Way too long. And it's right there. I like it because it's kind of lifting up on this, so these aren't hitting the, you know, the flutes. It doesn't rub. I had to put a couple of pieces of foam on each end over there to keep those up. You know. And in the haste of putting the foam on and sticking the probe in, the little thing you got to stick it in, I forgot to put the foam piece on this side. Hope I don't get voted off the island for that. So, yeah. Time to put her on in and start getting the wire ran to it. Hopefully I didn't damage it too bad. Because that was not an easy task. That was just as simple as it sounds. That's torture. I didn't enjoy it at all. So, yeah, let me get this in the car. Alright, there we go. It's going to sit there for me. All I need to do is just to sit there so I can run the wiring. And, you know something, I want to ask a question. And that's why. Why, on these Fox bodies, are they designed like this? You know how hard it is to get that thing off there? Oh, man. I don't get why they made these so... I mean, you make caps so you can get into stuff, right? Why obstruct it? Engineers. But that's what we got to deal with. Stupidity. Anyway. Now this is all in there. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with these ground wires. They left a bolt and nut in there for me, like, here you go, buddy. But I don't know. Well, oh, it looks like, ooh, that might make it there. We might do that. Mmm. 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 Sounds like You guys ever watch The Dark Crystal? Remember that character? Anyway. How did that get dirty? Nice. Alright, let's run wire. Alrighty guys, there you see right there. Boink. Attached. There's the wire going all the way across. Boom. I had to put a couple of spades. So if I ever have to take this out, you know, I can disconnect it without it being hardwired to the car, you know. Same goes with the other wires I got to do here. So, and then of course, you know, the probe thingy has its own disconnect here, you know, right out of this hole that I made right here. So we'll get this all bundled up and over here on the side. But yeah, all I got to do is go ahead and get a hoop on here, hook that up, and we'll get some, I got some loom I can shove this in. And that'll be that. And then I'll get the other wires. I'll have to get those all wired up here. You shove it in there. That's what you do. Take this, pinch them together. Pinch. 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 See? Everybody's gonna be doing it now. Alright! So, a lot has transpired since we last spoke. I got those all wound up and everything attached to the ground down there. So this thing is all hooked up except for one thing, and I'll show you that in a minute. And there you see all the zip ties hanging out that I tied up those two wires. And they're both coming up here. And there's another spade to disconnect it. I just offset it from this one. And then I came up in here, and this is when I had to stop and rearrange stuff. So yeah, it was all about like moving stuff. So when you put the inner fender in here and you push it up, everything kind of just tucks away. And that's what I did, create a bunch of room. All this stuff was hanging right here, but I was able to put it up there. Now we had this one ground, remember I said I was gonna put here. Thought better of it, lengthen the wires, put them together on one hoop. Well, they were on one hoop, whatever. And I put them right here. Now, this is not tightened or anything, but that's all the wires ran. And then here is the ignition wire I was talking about. That's all that starts all the way over there. And then I just brought it in here. This is some same gauge wire, yellow stuff I had. That was what that wire was. And we will hook it to this one. I'm pretty sure it's this red one here, guys. I'm not sure. I'm not completely certain, but I need to electrify the car in order to figure that out. Anywho, and I still don't know what this is. The car don't start, we'll put it on there. I'm pretty sure it goes on the positive. Not completely sure if we even need it. I'll give you a sneak peek of what's coming next. So, you know what I'm saying? Got the syrup, some antifreeze, cheap shit. It's just antifreeze. You don't need to buy any, like, you know, expensive stuff. Ignore that. Yeah, I don't like those, but it was there when I was buying oil, and it was half the price of a good one. And we're basically going to start this car up, run it 100 miles or so, and then dump all the oil in the filter. And I didn't think it was necessary to buy a $12 filter when I'm just going to take it off again. And that one was actually $5. So, don't use Fram, guys. Don't follow me. Like I said, we got to start this car, run it a little bit, and then we got to dump the oil. So, and you guys are even wondering why. I've seen people cut brand new ones open on the internet, and they were rust. There's rust inside. So don't use Fram. Anyway, that's all I got. Next thing you know, next video could be turning the key, guys. I did buy these. Soon to come, a whore. A whore's about to come. Never mind. that was bad. I'm just later.